Hey you, come over here real quick. How many champions can you play? Can you flex on a lot of different champions? Do you feel like you know how to perfectly analyze a draft and curate the perfect champion to counter both your lane and the enemy team in one fell swoop? If so, nice. That's really impressive. Now, answer one more question. Are you masters or higher? Now, if League of Graphs is anything to go by, only 0.49% of you can say yes to that question. That's like for every 205 people that watch this video, only one of them can say yes to that question. Now, why is that important? Because if you're not at least a master, which full disclosure, even I'm not there yet, then you shouldn't really be flexing your quote-unquote infinite champion pool. That's like saying, bro, look at how many girls are into me when all of them are ugly as shit. So in this video, I'm going to use a 4-point thesis to break your dumbass belief that your infinite champion pool is something to brag about, and why you probably shouldn't use that as a metric when discussing your skill as a player. But before that, speaking of fucking 200 people watching my videos, I want to remind all of you that if you enjoy my content, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. I do eventually want to transition out of my corporate job in New York City and start doing this shit full time, but I can't really do that if people watch my content and forget to help your boy out with the algorithm. I have a lot of insights on climbing in League as a dogshit, no talented player without getting addicted to the game, and I feel like that's something more people can benefit from. So if you're new here, welcome to the Beehive, and press the usual YouTube buttons to go fund the Rabies campaign to escape the rat race. Now, with the mandatory begging out of the way, let's talk more in depth about your champion pool. Having a big champion pool is a point of pride for players, especially those stuck in lower ranks. It's like when you have no money and a dead-end job, so you buy expensive ass shit to pass as rich. There's been all types of commentaries made on why stuff like luxury brands are trapped specifically designed for poor people that want to pose as wealthy, sophisticated, high-end individuals. The more I think about it, the more I feel like that's what the case is for lower elo players stuck with big champion pools. If you're below masters, which I repeat again, I'm also in that category, you do not have a sophisticated high-end understanding of the game. As crazy as it is, a lot of challenger level players have frequently commented for years that Masters is when the game really starts, and everything below is just an extended tutorial. Now obviously I can't deny if this is true or false because I've never gotten Masters myself, but I can say this. All these years of climbing from bronze to diamond has been very simple when I allow it to be. I used to be like you and try to play every single champion under the sun and brag to my friends about how I can play just anything, bro, when I was getting my back blown out in high platinum games.
Pause.
This continued for years until I finally decided to one-trick Tryndamere and I got diamond for the first time in just like a few months. And this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Getting to masters is actually kind of simple. Granted, it's not easy, but it's simple. You just have to follow the same boring ass routine over and over again of playing the same champions over and over again, and you will eventually climb out. It's borderline inevitable. What kept me stuck in platinum for damn near 5 years was thinking that I would just be able to play the perfect champion for each draft, when the solution has always been to just pick the same champion and play it differently according to the draft. That's the $1 million trick. You don't change your champion like a dumbass, you change the way you play your main champion to give you a better chance of winning the game. Honestly guys, I can end the video here because this is how important this mindset shift really is, and why I'm so annoyed I didn't figure this out sooner. I covered this more in detail in my champion mastery video, so go check that out. It'll be in the card on your top right, and if you scroll down, there will also be a link below the description. If you have trouble following through with this advice, you can also join my Discord for coaching. It's like $10 a month, so don't sweat the price and join up so I can sit your ass down and walk you through the steps myself. Another reason why noobs have this notion of having to play a metric fuckload of champions is because they watch too much pro play. Now listen, I get it. Players like Faker, Chovy, and Knight are perma-aura farming out the wazoo every time they randomly pick some shit they haven't played in God knows how long and completely shit on the opposition. It's such a cool thing to witness as they run around completely smurfing on the champion the enemy team hasn't seen in that meta iteration, and the enemy team is like completely clueless on what to do around it. I get it. I thought the same way too. Appreciating their grandeur isn't the problem. The problem is when your dumbass thinks you can emulate that behavior in your ranked games. I feel like I've talked this topic to death now, but it's still worth reiterating because it's still really that important. Guys, being a pro player is ludicrously difficult. Even in North America where like no one fucking plays League, it's like top 50 out of 2 million something players, which is like 0.000025 of the player base. Now imagine what it's like in China or Korea who have significantly higher player numbers. Now imagine out of that ridiculously talented set of individuals, you're trying to copy the people who are the best of the best. Knight, the greatest Chinese player of all time, Chovy, the highest skill peak of any player in history, and Faker, who fucking doesn't even need an introduction. I hope you understand how crazy it is to copy their champion pools when they're playing in a finals game when your ass can barely get out of gold. It is completely okay to be inspired by their play and want to try it out for yourself, but why are you doing it in ranked? Go play norms, flex, or on a fucking Smurf account or some shit. You wouldn't believe how many clients I have that sign up for coaching that have like 20 different champions that they're playing and they have never even seen the bright side of silver. And this ties in perfectly with my next point, and that's the damning success of one tricks within the ladder. I feel like one tricks have a very special standing within the league community. They're either revered for their champion understanding and elo, or they're shat on for abusing a gimmick to climb. When I was a Pislow, I used to think of them on the ladder side. I was like, imagine having to resort to playing only one champion to climb. That seems so fucking boring. I'd rather quit the game than do that. But a few years and a new rank later, I've become what I despise the most. Here's why your deck of 40 different champions are piss useless. What really moves the needle in climbing and getting better at League is your level of understanding of the game and not what champion you are playing. For instance, I'm a mid-diamond, trend mid one trick. I play with diamonds day in and day out for a solid half year now. If you get me on a champion that I've never played before, like Smolder, and drag me down to gold, I promise you I will shit on that fucking game and it wouldn't even be close. Not because I know how to play Smolder, quite the opposite. I have no idea and I have no interest in wanting to play that fucking boring ass champ. However, not only do I understand the game at a mid-diamond level, proved by the fact that I'm currently cement stuck there right now, but I also seen other diamond level Smolder players play that champion and I know how that looks like. This is not even to mention my fundamentals like map awareness, jungle tracking, CSing, team fighting, and all that other jazz are also at a diamond level. It wouldn't even be close. And I feel like that's what noobs and me like 10 years ago didn't understand. The only thing that matters in League is learning how to win with a particular champion under a particular style. Why? Because when you have that shit down pat, you can start focusing on boosting your fundamentals to a higher level, which is what actually makes you climb. You can play 50 different champions at a silver level and that's cool and all, but that means your fundamentals like CSing, jungle tracking, and teamfighting are also at a silver level. Again, do you want a situationship with 10 ugly girls or be married to one beautiful girl? And this brings me to the natural conclusion of this video, and that's that you're playing all these different champions not realizing how fucking hard the game really is. You think you can just razzle dazzle your way up to diamond playing 10 champions and perfectly sniping the enemy team comp with your super secret counter pick? You're dead wrong. Like I said earlier, improving at the fundamentals is a lot of work. Otherwise, everyone would be walking around with Chovi's laning and fucking fakers tracking. It's hard and it can take months and years to develop certain skill sets to a point where you can comfortably climb through the ranks, given what role and champion you're playing. Make your life easier and save those extra champions for normal games. Stick to what you like, and what works in ranked and LP is soon to follow. If it worked for a talentless monkey like me, there's no doubt it's gonna work for you as well. Stick to my advice, drop your useless champion pool and your even more useless ego, and soar through the ranks like the phoenix that you really are. If you watched this video all the way to the very end, thank you so much for your time and support. It's really fun making these videos and helping out League players with the same problems that I had 5-10 years ago. That would have made my climb so much easier. As per usual, like the video and subscribe to be posted on whenever my new videos drop. Drop by my Discord and hit me up if you want coaching. I'll leave my champion mastery video up on the screen if you want more info on why sticking to a single champion is basically a cheat code when it comes to climbing in League, as well as my entire climbing playlist if there are any other topics out there you want to explore. I'll see you guys there. And remember, anyone can get diamond. Follow me and I'll show you how.